Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Indianapolis Colts, but with the new addition of Will Levis. Yes, I know, for some reason the AI cut Gardner Minshew, but they added Nick Foles, even though Nick Foles got cut in real life. I don't know how that works, but ignore it. We're about to have Will Levis as the QB. But for the rest of the team, we got Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, Michael Pittman, Isaiah McKenzie, who's probably not going to be here too long because he's already 28 years old, Mo Alley Cox, a good offensive line, Quentin Nelson, one of the best offensive linemen in the entire NFL. Not really a good year this year, though. Got DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, Kwity Paye, who hasn't really panned out yet, Shaq Leonard, Julian Blackmon. Who is this? Rodney Thomas out of Yale. What a big brain. I'm going to move him to strong safety. I honestly did not know who this guy was, but apparently he has start ev. So he's going to be a strong safety for us now, the starting strong safety. Isaiah Rodgers, Kenny Moore. So I do think that QB, obviously, and maybe left tackle should be their number one priorities, along with maybe getting a middle linebacker. I mean, Shaq Leonard's a great outside linebacker, but you would also like it to have a middle one too. Julian Blackmon was very good in his rookie season as well. But anyways, guys, let's go draft ourselves Will Levis. And with pick number 4 in the NFL draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky, 6'3", 232. Only normal dev, but we could change that. 94 throw power, 85 speed. He has the size, he has good athleticism. I'm just not a big fan of him. I understand why it's normal dev. A lot of people aren't a big fan of Will Levis either. My top quarterbacks, I would have CJ Stroud at 1, Bryce Young at 2, Anthony Richardson at 3, and then Will Levis I would have at 4. But that's just my opinion. Let's move on to the rest of the team. With my next pick in the draft, with my second round pick, I'm picking up wide receiver Josh Downs out of North Carolina, 5'10", 171, 95 speed, 94 acceleration. He's going to be our slot player, and I think he's going to be a good one at that. And in the third round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Dorian Williams out of Tulane, pass coverage archetype, 6'1", 228, 88 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden development. His skills looked pretty good. I saw B awareness, B man coverage, and A zone coverage. He's going to be our starting middle linebacker. Now, this is the team after the draft. I think we had a pretty good draft. Josh Downs definitely going to be my wide receiver 3, and he's going to, of course, play in the slot. I don't know why he's not starting there, but offensively, Will Levis is 73 overall. It's pretty good overall. I would still like to have a better tight end than Mo Alley Cox. He's not bad in real life. He's just in Madden. Dorian Williams is a 69 overall. Nice, but he has the development trait, so that's why he's going to be starting. And I also drafted Clark Phillips as well, who was a 74 overall. Rest of the team looks pretty good. I like what we got. So anyways, guys, it is now time to move into the first season with Will Levis and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark. We are 4-3, but it's a very contested division. How are the Titans 5-2? Unless they traded up for CJ Stroud at pick number 2 or 3, it makes no sense. Anyways, we're going to be scouting, I would say, offensive tackle. I do want my franchise left tackle. Maybe Jedrick Wills will be in free agency. That would be nice to have. But looking at the players we need to negotiate, we're also coming off a big loss to the Titans as well. Jonathan Taylor doesn't want to be here. Take all my money. Stay, please. I'm begging you. Kenny Moore doesn't want to be here. Player-friendly deal, 2-year deal, and he resigns. That's what I wanted. Michael Pittman, player-friendly deal, 5 years. He resigns. Just passing out these contracts like it's nothing. Grover Stewart, I'm going to wait till he regresses so I can give him a cheaper contract. Isaiah Rodgers is young, and he should be overall not bad, so he's going to re-sign with the team. Just nobody wants to be here. Isaiah McKenzie can walk. Julian Blackmon, I do want to re-sign, but I can't negotiate with him right now. So anyways, it's now time to move to the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs in year 1. 10-7, top the division. Here to face the 10-7 Los Angeles Chargers. Stats and awards, what does Will Levis got? Baller first year. That might be MVP, actually. Close. Top 3 for MVP. Dak Prescott will never win an MVP in real life. Be realistic, Madden. 4th best offense in the NFL and 2nd best defense. Almost 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 114 pass rating. If he had this season in real life, my jaw would drop. I would be buffooned, my boy. I don't know the word, but bamboozled. Jonathan Taylor, 1,400 yards, 5.2 per carry, 17 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Michael Pittman Jr., 105 receptions, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Isaiah McKenzie, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Mo Alley Cox, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Josh Downs with a good rookie season with 11 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. And Shaq Leonard, 116 tackles for a loss, 18 for Samson Ebukam. Okay. Sacks, 13.5 for DeForest Buckner, 10.5 for Samson Ebukam. And interceptions is 2 for Kenny Moore. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, Anyways, let's see what we got here for the Los Angeles Chargers as they were 10-7. We are also 10-7. Also, this is a Phillip Rivers rematch. Do you guys remember this? I think so. I think it was. I don't remember exactly, but 31-7. We blow them out, but we're about to get blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs. But hey, Will Levis already has his first rookie. Yeah, I expect that. Getting blown out by the Chiefs. He already has his first rookie playoff win, so let's move in to the offseason. And the Chiefs beat the Panthers 22-14 in the Super Bowl. Nick Bolton wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott somehow wins the league MVP. Will Levis wins the Rookie of the Year for offense, and Jalen Carter with the Dolphins somehow. I don't know how he ends up on the Dolphins. EA, I guess, doesn't take away their pick in simulation. And Will Levis goes all the way up from normal to superstar. After that type of a season, I think he should. I think that's more than fair. Josh Downs moves above Isaiah McKenzie because he's regressing. Mo Alley Cox, pretty sure... Yeah, he's 30. I'm going to have to get rid of him. And defensively, what do we got here? We are going to have Samson Ebukam get star. Williams only has star dev. That's fine with me. For some reason, Thomas got benched. I don't know why. I would rather have him starting just because of his development. But anyways, it's now time to move into the re-sign players. In the AFC South, Ryan Tannehill, Akeem Hicks, and Nick Foles all retire. I have no idea why the AI just randomly re-signed Nick Foles and cut Gardner Minshew, but don't worry about it. Anyways, we got Jonathan Taylor, who, again, doesn't want to be here. Very player-friendly deal. We're going to spike the bonus. We still need him back. He re-signs on a huge deal. Grover Stewart doesn't want to be here. I'll give him the one-year deal. I'll spike up the contract a lot, but just going to be a one-year deal. He re-signs. Isaiah McKenzie can walk. Julian Blackmon do want back long-term, 4 years. He resigns, and Rogerbito Sanchez. Okay, I'm not going to try pronouncing that again. It's like what Bango says. Rogerbito Sanchez or some shit like that. Anyways, 3 years, he's going to resign. Zach Moss can walk. Everyone else here can walk. I don't care. I would have resigned Zach Moss if you had interest, but he didn't. And honestly, do I hit free agency? Yeah, I'm going to try it. And here we are after free agency, getting Brandon Ayuk, who had an interest in signing, along with Logan Wilson, who also had an interest in signing. Both two really good signings, in my opinion, so it's now time to move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up a right tackle, Chad Hunt, out of LSU, 6'4", 306, head in development. I'm going to move Braden Smith over to left tackle because I'm already paying him a bunch, so I think this is a good addition. And in the third round, I'm picking up another middle linebacker, Amari Waddle, out of Oklahoma, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, really fast at 6'3", 228 in hidden development. Now this is the team going into year number 2, and as I said before, I'm going to be moving Braden Smith out of Auburn to left tackle, so that way Chad Hunt, dude, my main man Chad Powers, Eli Manning, is going to move to right tackle now. It's going to be Chad Hunt at right tackle. What is this dude doing? Why is he so smiley? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I'm going to take him from left tackle and move him to the completely opposite position, right guard. I don't care what anyone says. Offensive lineman is offensive lineman. No, they're not really. They play different positions, but Chad Hunt is needing to be the starter. He's my first round pick, so I got to have him there. Josh Downs, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Pittman, Mo Alley Cox. I still need his replacement. Matter of fact, I could find that in free agency, but Waddle is going to be a second string to Williams. Short, apparently I didn't draft that guy. Cross is going to be benched for Thomas. And I would like to pick up maybe a tight end in free agency if that's possible. A free agent tight end. What do we got? We have a bunch of old people. Harrison Bryant's a 71. That will not be enough for me. So Mo Alley Cox can be the guy for another year. Let's move to the midseason mark. And here we are at the midseason mark, 4-2, top the division. We could lose that if we lose the Cowboys, which will most likely happen because the Cowboys are just gods in simulation. They make Dak Prescott look to be like the best ever quarterback. I don't know why. But we're going to do, yeah, I'm the #1 Dak Prescott hater if you're new to the channel. Anyways, defensive back is going to be the scouting national focus. I think we were pretty good on offense other than tight end. I don't need a focus scout for that. It's pretty easy to draft them most of the time. DeForest Buckner, I do want him back for the rest of the rebuild, even if he does regress. So, huge deal. He resigns Grover Stewart. I may just let him walk. Kwity Paye, it was a first-round pick, and honestly, that's a huge overpay. I kind of regret signing that. But whatever. Ryan Kelly's aging. I'll do 1 year. Yeah, I'm fine with 1 year. And no long-term commitment, no deal. You're 31. Matt Gay. We'll do a 3-year deal with you. I'm fine with that. He resigns. And Samson Ebukam, you're too old. I need to replace my defensive line, too. I might need to do that over defensive back. But it is what it is, you know? We're going to go to scout, not college players. Actually, it is not what it is. I'm going to go to Regional breakdown, is that where it is? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to go to defensive end to replace Samson Ebukam, and I also need a defensive tackle and a tight end because Grover Stewart probably won't be here in the next season. But anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 12-5, top of the division. No first round bye, but we're here to face the 11-6 Las Vegas Raiders. We seem to have a very good season, at least the 4 seed. And Will Levis balled out again. 22nd best pass rating, so it's probably not MVP. He's going to get 5th for MVP this year, but still another amazing season. 2nd best offense in the NFL and 4th best defense. Definitely not as good as his rookie season. He had the same amount of yards, but 7 less touchdowns and 2 more interceptions, and also his pass rating is down by 8 points, but still, great season. Jonathan Taylor, 18 touchdowns, almost 6-point average, and 1,800 yards. Amazing. Michael Pittman Jr., 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Mo Alley Cox, 104 yards, 104 receptions, and 1,100 yards. You guys may be saying, oh, why are you going to replace Mo Alley Cox? He's putting up such good numbers. It's because of the scheme. It's not because of him. I can, 99% sure it's because of the scheme. And Josh Downs, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 11 touchdowns, and almost 1,000 yards. Looking at it defensively, Shaquille Leonard is 123 tackles for a loss, 19 for Samson Ebukam, sacks, 10 for Samson Ebukam. He's too old. I'm not going to resign him. DeForest Buckner, 9.5. Interceptions, 5 for Isaiah Rodgers. And safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So let's see what we got here against the Las Vegas Raiders, who I'm assuming they probably have Anthony Richardson, if I was going to guess, according to the simulation. We're going to lose to them. Okay, I want to see who their quarterback was. 26-21. I usually never make it past the divisional round in my first 2 years, which I guess is understandable considering it's a rebuild. The quarterback is Justin Herbert. Okay, I'm actually fine with losing to Justin Herbert. That makes sense. Anyways, let's move in to the offseason. And the Jets beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Breece Hall wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. And there's no awards here for us, the Indianapolis Colts. But let's see if there's any development upgrades. Honestly, I'm tempted to give Will Levis X Factor. The dude went crazy. I might give him, if he gets another top 10 MVP season, I'm going to give him X Factor. Hunt has star dev. I'm going to keep this guy actually at right guard because he's already an 82 overall. No other upgrades that I can see. Defensively, looking into it, we look the exact same, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Let's move into the re-signings. Nobody retires in the AFC South. That is fine with me, and we are going to see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate, as it is Grover Stewart, has regressed to an 83, not going to re-sign him. Ryan Kelly, I'm going to give you the same offer as before, and he's going to hit free agency. That's fine. Samson Ebukam, I know you led this team in sacks, but it's like, I'm just not going to pay you that much. I'm not going to do that. Everyone else here can walk. I may want to get a new edge rusher in free agency, so let's move into it. So after free agency, I was only able to get the defensive tackle Milton Williams. I went after Josh Sweat, but he just didn't really have enough interest to sign with us, and I gave him a very player-friendly deal, and he just didn't want it. So let's move to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up right outside linebacker Nick Gibbs out of Clemson. Not insanely athletic, but he does have 85 acceleration, hidden dev, 6'3", 269. I'm going to move him down to right end. And in the second round, I'm picking up defensive back Kerry Torrance out of Central Michigan, 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 5'10", 190 in hidden development. He's a good pickup. So this is the team moving into the third season. I forgot to draft a center, but let's see who this guy Woods is. Jalen Woods out of Virginia. He's already 26. He's going to be 27. I'm going to move my guy that I drafted, Crawford, take him out here, and move him to starting tight end. Crawford, Malcolm Crawford, rookie out of Notre Dame. Picked him up in the third round, doesn't seem to be too bad. Will Levis is somehow only an 83. I feel like he should be a higher overall than that with Superstar Dev. We definitely need to work on our offensive line a little bit. Gibbs, I need to take him and move him down to right end. He's a 74 overall, by the way, so that is a great pickup for this team. We're going to move him down to right end. I feel like he will be better than Samson Ebukam, and I probably will have to adjust the depth chart so that way the AI can recognize him. So I'm going to do that. Specialist, he's going to be starting. That's what I want. Shaq Leonard should honestly be the starter over there. Offense, I'm going to make sure I got Crawford starting again. Crawford, oh my gosh. I backed out before I could even see that I wouldn't let me move him because it keeps moving him to fullback. That is frustrating. Anyways, Crawford, go to second string fullback, and you're going to be the starting tight end for us. So that way you can actually get a lot of receptions and get start ev. Anyways, let's move to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 7-0, top of the division. We are balling out right now. Scouting national focus. We don't really need much. Actually, we need an interior offensive line now that I think about it. Right guard isn't crazy, but we definitely do need a center after losing Ryan Kelly. Anyways, let's see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate, as we are going to have Braden Smith, our left tackle, who I have to pay big time now because I moved into left tackle. He resigns on a long-term deal. Kenny Moore, I still want back for the rest of the rebuild. I'll do a 2-year deal on him. He resigns. My right guard, honestly, he's good enough. 3-year deal with him. And not negotiating, move on. Okay, I mean, you have interest in the team. I don't know what's up your ass, dude. Rodney Thomas, I'll give him a player-friendly deal. I honestly, nah, it looks like I'm not going to do that. Nick Cross as a strong safety. I'd like to keep one of them. I don't think Rodney Thomas wants to stay, obviously. I might just trade for a strong safety. I'm thinking about Derwin James in my back of my head for our 4th and final season. But anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 14-3, top the division, but somehow not getting the first round bye. Who takes it? The Bengals. Okay, that's acceptable, I guess. If it was like the Texans, of course, I'd be pissed. But, I mean, they would take the division, then we wouldn't get it. But anyways, you know what I mean. Anyways, the Texans are an 84 overall. We're an 89 overall. If we don't blow them out, I'm going to be pissed. What do we got? Will Levis. He slowly gets worse every year, but it's not bad. Again, it's a good season. 6th best offense, best defense in the NFL. 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 receptions is too many, and 104 pass rating. Again, he's slowly getting worse and worse, but this is a good season still. Jonathan Taylor, 1,600 yards, 5.5 per carry, 19 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 1,300 yards. Michael Pittman, 1,100 yards. Look at that. Our tight end Crawford almost had 1,000 yards in his rookie season as a normal development, 73 overall. It's the scheme. It's not the player. Josh Downs is 10 touchdowns, not even 900 yards, unfortunately. Defensively, Shaquille Leonard with 115 tackles for a loss, 20 for DeForest Buckner, sack, 11 for Kwity Bay, 9.5 for DeForest Buckner. Gibbs with 8 tackles for a loss, 7.5 sacks, good rookie season. 5 interceptions for Shaq Leonard, and 1 safety for DeForest Buckner, 0 defensive touchdowns. But let's see what we got here against our division rivals, the 11-6 Houston Texans. I'm going to be really mad if we lose to them. Very mad. Let's see what we got. We beat them 37-6, and this is where it's going to end. We're going to lose to the Chiefs. They're 12-5 or 14-3. They're probably going to beat us here. Yeah, that's what I expected. Anyways, let's move into the 4th and final season. And the Chiefs beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. Isaiah Pacheco wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Zach Taylor also wins the Coach of the Year. Browns get Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. And there are no awards here for the Indianapolis Colts. But let's see what we got for the roster upgrades, if there is any. Offensively, we don't get, really, this guy doesn't get start ev. I'm going to give him start ev. If you want to cry in the comments, you can. The dude almost had a 1,000-yard season. Actually, now that I think about it, he had 3 touchdowns. It's not worth it. So you can cry in the comments, actually. But let's see what we got. Nothing on offense, actually. And defensively, Gibbs gets superstar dev. I know he gets superstar dev because the XP points. And yeah, Kenny Moore is regressing. Probably going to trade for a strong safety. That's what I need to do. But I'll also hit free agency. So let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC South, Brandon Sheriff retires. Unfortunate. I would have loved to snag him in free agency if he was there. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got. Right guard, he said he just didn't want to be here and to move on. But okay, he resigns now. Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give Thomas the exact same deal as I gave him before. And he resigns on it. Still going to probably trade for a strong safety. Everyone else here can walk. Don't really care about them. So anyways, guys, it's now time to move into free agency. So in free agency, I really don't have an interest in anyone here. I was looking at the centers, but really none of them are actually that good. So I'm just going to skip out here on free agency, and I'm just going to simulate to the draft and trade away my picks. So I am now trading away my 1st round pick and my 2nd round pick for Hufanga from the San Francisco 49ers. I feel like I needed a strong safety, even though I already signed one. And I feel like the team is honestly stacked out now. And I'm also going to trade for a center if I can. So I'm now trading away my 3rd round pick and my 5th round pick for the veteran center David Andrews, who's only an 80 overall, but he's going to suffice for the season. So anyways, it's now time to move into the end of the draft. Now this is the team moving into the 4th and final season. I like what we built here on offense. I really wish I could have developed a better tight end, but we still have 3 great threats here. We got Jonathan Taylor. Will Levis is an 86 overall superstar. Built a very good defense around us. For some reason, Hufanga doesn't even have star dev, and I'm honestly going to fix that right here. If there's guys complaining in the comments, star dev doesn't actually do anything other than increase your XP. Doesn't give you any abilities or anything. And Hufanga, honestly, he should have it. I don't know why EA doesn't give it to him. I don't have dev trait regression off either. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move into the 4th and final season and time to move into the playoffs. So here we are in the playoffs, finishing 10-7 top the division, coming off a loss to the Ravens, as we're here to face the New York Jets. We're 3 overalls higher than them, but we have 1 more loss and 1 less win than them. So let's see what we got We got Will Levis, continuously getting worse every season. 7th best offense, 5th best defense. 4,700 yards, 31 touchdowns, 16 receptions. Again, this ratio keeps getting worse and worse, and 97 pass rating isn't good. It's like, eh. Jonathan Taylor, 21 touchdowns, 6.2 per carry, 1,800 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 1,100 yards. Malcolm Crawford, 1,000 yards and 105 receptions. Looking at it defensively, we got Logan Wilson, 121 tackles. Tackles for a loss is 20 for Cody Pay. Sacks, 10 for DeForest Buckner, 9 for Cody Pay, 8 for Gibbs with 18 tackles for a loss as well. And interceptions, 6 for Kenny Moore. What do we got for safeties? 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Kenny Moore. So, as you guys always know, never play the wild card. I hope we win this, because if we don't, I'm going to be upset and it's going to be a bust rebuild. I haven't had a bust rebuild in quite a while. And, okay, yeah, way to speak it into existence. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this rebuild. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get it done. And for those guys saying, oh, play one more season. Statistically, Will Levis just keeps getting worse. I don't know how, even though he's progressing in the game, getting a better development, but he's just getting worse. I don't know how that works. It just doesn't make any logical sense. But it is what it is. The Seahawks win the Super Bowl over the Browns. Tua Tagovailoa on the Seahawks wins the Super Bowl MVP. Justin Herbert on the Raiders wins the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Indianapolis Colts. Unfortunate way to end the video. First bust rebuild in a while. I usually never lose in the wild card that often. But this is the final look of the team. And apart from that, guys, thank you guys all once again for watching. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.